All right, let's call this meeting to order of the Kensington Selectmen. Monday, July 7th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Begin with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag
And the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Peter, do you have
Just here, if there's any questions, really,
questions regarding?
about the process that's taking place
For the solar.
with solar. So just,
So how you doing?
well, other than the heat, it's going along pretty good. Panels are done there, it's just this section over the main wall, it's gonna take probably 2 more days, and then there's just some finer points of communications and so forth. Yeah, it's going good.
Who's gonna monitor?
Sorry?
Who's going to monitor
Um,
the efficiency?
Sure, so we typically monitor standpoint that if there's any alerts, with the equipment, whether there's a serious issue or a minor issue, or that comes to us, we monitor that, but if somebody here could be clued into that as well. So really, it's whatever you guys want. It's just, we do it just as a means of just checking. And we've got probably a couple hundred systems, but if there's something that's a critical error, we get a message about it.
Anybody have any questions? Anybody? Thank you for coming.
For sure.
Chief Cade?
Not really the report, but what I do want to talk about is, just to set software, which is in CBA right now, with, trying to change the use of the property, which I addressed some issues they had. Concerned myself with this department, with, reference to the future. And what I'm looking for is, I think we need to get our master plan for the town updated as we keep putting businesses in town and keep adding, housing and everything else. We're not building up our master plan, how to keep our budgets funded for our staffing. So I think it's been years, it has never been updated. I think it's, although, the board can try to get the ball rolling with that and have, all the department heads involved with that. As we build this, what the future's looking like, because as we keep adding businesses, we're not adding, funding to the town for our staff and how we're avoiding stuff. And it's our responsibility as department heads in the town that we have to be prepared if we have an event that or anything like that. And I don't really think, as time goes on, we haven't been to that. I look at Seabrook plan and look at it, it's designed 35 years ago, and it's really not designed with the population we have anymore, the traffic that's coming through. So I think that's, whatever the board can do to move that forward. I know it's kind of been dragging, that needs to be addressed and dealt with.
Well, the board's been working pretty hard trying to update the master plan. But I'll also point out that it's not a panacea, just having a master plan.
Right.
Gotta have what's the title of it.
Well, at some point, whether it's impact fees or how we're looking at, that brought the issue addressing it. There is an evaluation, we have on staff properly for an evaluation. So that, as I move forward, now I'm going to do my budgets next year, and keep adding these businesses, and I'm going to add more money to my budget. It's not all the taxpayers that are asking why. No one's looking at that big picture of, you know, it is our responsibility and it's our liability, it'll be the town's responsibility, it's our fire department's responsibility, it could be all that, and if we have a problem. You know, that's,
You mentioned the planning board has that started, where, is it the planning board that starts with?
Yeah,
Okay.
you recall, the planning board did that, the survey.
but I would say the survey, and we're asked this problem.
That's surprising.
So if I may, I know that in years past, town is pretty much obligated to update the master plan every 10 years. I know in previous time, if we were on board together, we would do that over at the school, where there was a little bit more of a dynamic population showing that going to breakout sessions, different departments would be there to voice their issues. A little bit more organically than the survey. I'm sure there's a lot of things that are taking place beyond the survey, but, I'm just throwing that out there as something that might be, a helpful way to proceed with that, try to address some of the chief concerns.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, what's the next work session, Kathy, do you know?
I don't think you guys have a work session this summer. I think it starts up in the fall again. I think maybe September or October. Yeah, I think September.
Planning board's been meeting twice a month, one being a work session, so they can get some real work, and one addressing clients.
I'll be more than glad to attend.
That's what I was getting at.
I believe what Chief is looking for too is a capital improvement plan that ties into the master plan. The capital improvement plan actually is where you can assess fees for the expansion of growth
Right,
in the town. So I think that's where he's,
Yeah, I think, I've been here, you know, traffic things.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different area.
Yeah.
We just need to be prepared for we're not talking, struggling with something.
I will say I'm gonna capital improvements plan where it help in not only vehicle replacement for fire department, but it will also help in like the current public safety building committee. It's great, we're all meeting, have these great ideas and we're all trying to find land. But without a capital improvements plan and money being set aside, it's hard to move forward because there's nothing financial to back me to say, oh, I got a piece of property. I'm gonna hire a surveyor to map out where we think we want to put this building. But I don't have any money. So now I have to wait and delay the property, and especially like if a property comes up for sale. We kind of have to say, well, can you hold on until we get our warrant article done and we get till March? And all people like, no, because I can't, this guy's gonna give me a cat. I can't. So the capital improvements plan, along with the master plan, will be huge, for both departments and the town.
I agree, and the planning board's doing what they can, but it's hard enough to get people there twice a month. Trying to go to three times a month would be impossible.
Just let me know when you want. Be your objective in the airport. We'll be there.
All right. Good. Anything else?
That's it for this time.
The only thing that is, a forestry truck is back in service, it's repaired. Just waiting for the bill. And, for emergency management, the radios actually work. We did the test on Thursday, night, and, we were able to talk to, Congress, so we're good. Oh, yeah.
That's all you got.
he also has a request for reimbursement from the capital reserve funds. One is for water pool repairs and the other is for the chief's vehicle that both are coming out of the fire and emergency services, but there's two parts of that fund where some of the money is going for waterfall repair and the other is for vehicles and equipment.
Okay, move to approve the request for funds from the 2020 fire emergency services fund in the amount of $48,504.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Okay,
Aye.
and move to approve the request for funds from the 2020 fire and emergency services fund for water repairs in the amount of $551.89.
All those in favor?
Okay,
I guess I should
Okay.
second it. I'll second that. And all those in favor, aye. But all you got, Joe?
That's all I have.
Thank you, Captain.
Just a few things from the road department, Hickory Lane, one of the few dirt roads we have in town, was tuned up, by Don Glenn. A couple of loads of gravel were spread with the road grader to remove all the puddles that are New England, unsafety cause. The tree that fell on June 14th at the end of Product Road has been cleaned up and removed from the town's right of way. Most of the potholes on Stumpy at the west end have been patched, the remaining have been scheduled for later this week. And lastly, Sewell roadside mowing should be starting Thursday or Friday. And, just a friendly reminder to residents that are slow moving vehicles, so if you need to pass them, just slow down to get around. That's it from the road department.
So, one quick question, Steve. So, Matt, with the roads, I mean, obviously the town roads are cared for by the town.
Mhm.
And we, of course, have a number of state highways. Who's mowing that? Who's caring for that? I mean, with this new invasive, it just keeps taking over and taking over. There's a number of intersections where you literally have to pull into the road to be able to see around the brush.
The state highways would be the state's responsibility. I can reach out and.
Yeah, I mean, I know that stuff goes really fast, but if you can't see, it's a safety issue.
Exactly. I can definitely reach out to say, to patrol them and at least reiterate our concerns.
Okay,
Thank
very
you.
good, thanks.
Are we all done with you until now?
All done, you need to go?
On Oak Ridge.
That's a good.
Yeah, I think, yeah, just wait for Comcast, consolidate, switch over their stuff, but, the major stuff was nothing besides the towers.
There is a couple more things. There was some that got a hold of the town about plow damage. We have contacted both Matt and I back over the winter, and I just received that in the mail stating that she would like payment for her mailbox. She included the invoice Our mailbox policy states that the town would cover up to $25 and would replace it if they deemed that it was their fault. But I think that this is one of the ones that was this. Do you remember this one? Yeah.
Yeah, to,
Two hidden
get
values.
it back.
Yeah.
So this was something that was the town's fault for hitting.
My guys didn't dress up the heading mailbox, so it's like.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times it happens by the snow coming up the plow, not necessarily the plow and heading it. But yeah, she was placed in the ground, watch those, I mean, town policy is.
A 4x4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And has the $25 policy been communicated towards our island as a whole email chain?
I believe that was, I think she would send the policy, but I can resend the policy and whatever you decide.
So what's she looking for? Which one, she's looking for 20?
She's looking for the replacement cost.
She's
That's
like
attached to 85. Yeah, yeah.
You're spending that.
No, that's not what the policy is. You know, I think if there's a possibility that this was, you know, the town's fault, $25 is not, you know, a hugely significant amount, but if that's what our town policy says, I think that's the most that we can offer.
I agree.
Do you think they did it? They did. You can't tell. It
But,
was a long time.
yeah.
And so respond back to her with that $25. It's the option at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we'll do, and then there was also the tree damage is not just for Matt's department, but it involves the other departments too, the tree damage over on Wild Pasture Road. I was contacted by the homeowner that received damage where the entire service was pulled from the home because of the tree falling. She still believes that it's the town's fault and is seeking reimbursement for the damage to her home. I did get a hold of Unitil and they do not do anything with that either. They said they would have helped pick up the tree maybe, but as far as services, they don't repair any of that. And I know that Matt did a lot of research too, looking into it, and Scott had the responsibility of the town in regards to that, so. I had already responded to her once with the meeting minutes and what was said, so I'm not sure where you want to go from here. She was gonna try to be here, but she was unable to.
I mean, the town doesn't own the property across the street from the house. Right,
No.
that's privately owned. And the stuff that I provided before said that the town doesn't actually own the trees on the sides of the road.
Right.
So if anything, it seems like that would be on the property of the person across the street.
That's what we've been seeing and what we've been reading, yeah.
Have we told her that?
I sent her the minutes, but I don't think that was in the meeting, but I responded to her and emailed it. That the person actually owns to the middle of the road type of thing, that's what it, because it's not a town. We don't have an actual deed for the road. It's the way it's worded it, yeah.
It's an easy.
Easy. Okay,
I know she, the home, they get a home on Cal, referring to the town having marked the tree for removal, and I can state, like, the filing department did not mark any trees for removal.
Okay. Okay, I'll get back to you. Thank you. I think the chief already covered the traffic discussion and emergency response issues. Like the section of 150 and 170. The reimbursement requests, we've got those. The other part would be to accept the funds that we've gotten for grants. So we have unanticipated funds from the Seabird station because we got gas reimbursement, which is over and above what we normally put in for. So they reimbursed the town $493 for that, for the generator. The New Hampshire DOSB DUI grant, they were reimbursed $479.66 for patrols that were done. And the New Hampshire DOS grant for the PD enforcement, is that? No, speed. $2,026.71 for a total of $2,999.37. Anything under 10,000 can be accepted at a formal meeting. Anything over 10,000 will require a public hearing. So to just start accepting some of the funds that we've been given, the chief is doing a lot of grants. I just figured maybe we could accept this portion of the funds. Next meeting.
You're right.
Motion to accept unanticipated funds totaling $2,999.37 for RSA.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, I have a request from the Conservation Commission. I guess they have some wording. We've been going back and forth on emails and Pam wasn't able to respond until the 6th. They would like to go out directly to legal counsel to get feedback on their signs. It's not usually handled that way, so I just wanted to bring it to the board and see how you want to handle it. Anything back and forth between the board, between the town and legal counsel, every correspondence box. So I didn't know if you want to maybe limit them to 2 or 3 back and forths, or just so it doesn't go for an extended amount of time. Or if you'd rather have it go with me, they were looking to just reach out to them themselves. So I just wanted to bring it to you.
Have we seen the language yet?
No, they have not.
I guess I don't understand why they don't want to send it to the town first before going to legal.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
They have another meeting this week. But yeah, I've asked, since I told them that I'd send it along for them if they wanted to forward it. And usually when I do that, I would copy board. So that you know what's being sent to legal, and I haven't gotten anything from them yet. So. If we wanna. I don't know. They have a meeting this week. I think it's either tomorrow or Thursday. Wednesday. It's tomorrow. Yeah, that's something.
What do they, don't understand what they're expecting us to do.
They want us to just give them emails for our legal counsel so that they can go back and forth on wording for the signs for budgets.
Yeah, I really think I should join them in one day. Back and forth.
no,
Okay,
I also don't think we should set a precedent that committees are going directly to legal, because I think that could get unwieldy.
yeah. Yeah, that's never been the case before. We just never talked directly to legal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get back to work. Thank you. Inventory forms, this is the PA, the 28 form. The town years ago used to do inventory forms and we would get the form from the state, so they're just asking if we're doing those this year. We haven't done them in years because of the amount of time it takes to do them, and there's fines and penalties for not turning them back in, so the town has just opted not to. So usually we just opt out of it, and then I send this back to the state, letting them know the town's not gonna do it. So it should-
But we didn't need a motion here.
Just signatures.
No, just the signature line.
That person.
I can put myself on there, that's fine. For the contact person, and then just sign.
Sorry.
That's,
So are we assessing, like assessing official?
Yep. And I think I just have bills and bills and payroll. There was, if you wanted to put in the minutes when the, Old Day is gonna be. I know that we got correspondence, I keep a copy to myself, sorry, but there's correspondence from the rec committee saying it's the 16th of August. 16th. Maybe we'll point it in. And then we'll put that on the calendar. They were wondering if departments wanted to do what they had done in the past. They sent out an email. I believe they covered everybody, but if you guys didn't receive them, just let the rec know. We can look at them.
Association. Contact.
Perfect.
Took it out. Did it pass. They can cheat that. Well,
Okay,
I see what you want.
okay. Perfect. Thank you. There's gonna be a, the yard sale at the Old Brick Schoolhouse. They're gonna do that on the 15th, 16th, and 17th this year. And the landowner, the abutting landowners just wanted to know when that was happening because of some of the traffic that happens there. So I'll reach out to them. So they're gonna start their yard sale 15th, 16th, and 17th, so that you guys know to, on that corner of Long Ridge and 150, 9 to 12. And I think they said that they're gonna be Saturday morning, starting this week. 9 to 12. So it looks like it's gonna be an ongoing thing for.
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
On the, cooperative school board position.
Yes.
So Eric Miller has said that he's willing to step into that role until the next election.
Perfect.
He could have come tonight. I didn't know if we needed to be in person for us to discuss appointing him, but he has said he's willing to.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so you want to appoint him until the March election?
Yes.
Okay. We just need to make a motion.
To appoint Eric Miller to the cooperative school board through the March election, March 2026 election.
I'll second her. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now to get the appointment done up and, if you can just come in and sign that.
Sure.
Sometime this week. That way you can get sworn in and actually. Stuff, and then I'll let the cooperative board know, because they were reaching out. Okay, perfect. Thank you. think that was it on the right, just the approval of the board minutes and then those in payroll. Next meeting will be the 21st of July.
Need a motion to approve the minutes for the June 23rd meeting.
Second that. Favor?
Aye.
Scott, there are the firework complaints.
Ron Fisher wants Facebook there was, nothing to the shit. We don't, we're not gonna chase the fireworks until we get. Generally, how we want it.
Right.
Yeah, there was some complaints, but they're not like. Oh, I think there was one that we had told the house and they told them to stop. So. That was. There's a lot of fireworks.
There were a lot of,
But if you're playing on Facebook, that's what we. That's. Not pushing the complaints, we're not gonna chase them to Facebook. So, if we talk, if there is an issue, we call us and we'll hear us. Or $5 and get it.
right,
You want to have it through? Did I? I did print out the budget too, if you have any questions about the budget, you know, if you want details of what the numbers make up, because this is kind of like the overview of departments. So if you want to know the inside all these numbers, just let me know and I can give you a more detailed report. There should be up to date as of this bills like this, these actual bills here. And payroll should be up to date too, I think there's just this payroll that's not in that.
And we're setting that water period of water,
Yeah,
that really, okay.
yep, when I, yep, that'll be July 23rd at 6 o'clock here at the town hall. I didn't post it on Facebook.
Dave,
This afternoon.
and
The Wednesday. Yeah. That's the night that you have work for, date. And they'll be running a public hearing, we're just holding the space for them. So they'll take care of everything, they bring it all of them. If they need to use that, that's a free email, they'll use it, but. If you wanted to. Go as a board, I'll post it as a board meeting so that you can respond if you'd like.
yeah, I think we should post it.
I think so too. I think so too, exactly, but all three of you are pretty interested. And then any response to that public hearing has to be within 45 days. So if something comes out of the hearing that you hear some concerns about, or I'll tape it as well, so that we have that we can post. I don't believe they'll have any objection to having the recorder.
The notifications go out to the folks that are on that are most impacted by it.
I have done the Facebook, but I have not done the actual physical mailing of the notification.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Anybody have anything else? Motion to adjourn or?
Second.
Okay.
Aye.
Thank you. You're adjourned.